there's so many fucking great monsters in Star Wars.
Mm.
So we'll go through some of them that we love, and we'll talk about certain moments in the films and some of the TV shows as well that is
Mhm.
quite iconic. But I think one of the most iconic monsters of all time is the Rancor from
Mhm.
Return of the Jedi, who dwells in the deep dark dungeon of Jabba's palace. He would be
Mhm.
Jabba's pet, I suppose. We have seen other Rancors since that, but back in the day, this was like just a very original design. Nobody knew what the fuck this was. Did we even know if it was called a Rancor back then?
I think, does he refer to the Rancor pit? Is
Maybe,
there a reference of a Rancor pit in the film?
maybe, yeah, yeah, maybe. But I love that it's stop motion and
Mhm.
they use miniatures as well, I think at some point. And I just remember that scene where Ula is dancing and sexy Ula, by the way.
Mhm.
Uh, and she falls down into the pit,
Yeah.
and like that's terrifying. That's really,
Yeah.
really scary. And then of course when you see Luke come into the palace and we know that the pit's there, we know the hole's there,
Mhm.
and he stands over it and they tease it, and you're like, "Oh, Luke's gonna fall," and he does eventually fall, and then the Gamorreans, the guards fall into it as well.
Mhm.
And I think because they're sort of piggish,
Mhm.
they're green pigs essentially with armor. They start squealing, and that kind of always stuck with me. The idea of squealing pigs being led to like an abattoir or something, or and they're going
Yeah.
to be slaughtered. Like I don't know if they used sounds from a slaughterhouse, but it kind of feels like they did because it felt quite authentic.
Yeah.
So obviously they get torn apart straight away by the Rancor, and it's great because you don't know what that monster is.
Yeah.
You know there's something hiding there, and then it gets revealed, and it's like such a cool design.
Mhm.
With the big long arms and the big long fingers, but it's kind of hunched over and it's got big kind of spikes and warts in it and stuff. It's just really, really terrifying. It always scared me. I remember having the actual Rancor figure when my big brother had it, and
Mhm.
like even the figure just terrified me. I thought, but I just love that. I think it's like peak cinema, really.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with a big spooky monster
And
like, and the
also, like,
Rancor's great.
yeah, the Rancor is great, but back, after the Rancor dies, Luke escapes and kills the Rancor. It's quite sad, like
Yeah,
this
his wee
massive,
keepers look.
yeah, the Rancor keeper who we find out later is called Malakili.
Mhm.
Um, is like he's all sad and all, and you're just like, oh, that's actually quite sweet, and here's this horrible creature that was going to kill Luke, and you were like, no, no, get him. And then when he dies, you're like, fuck, you didn't have to kill him. Like,
Aye, you didn't have to make that wee man sad.
yeah, I know. But